These are the settings you should consider changing in League of Legends. Firstly, and one of the most important ones, is how you cast your spells. The default setting is normal cast, where you have to press the ability and then left click to cast it. This is bad and slow and you shouldn't use it. Instead, you should use quick cast, which can be found in the Hotkeys menu. This means as soon as you press the ability, it instantly casts. This can take some time to get used to, however it's so much faster and stronger, you just need to get into the habit. Otherwise, you do have the option of quick cast with indicator. This means when you hold down the ability, you see the range of it, and upon release, the spell casts. And we now have this option beneath it as well, where you cast the press spell when you press another spell to make your combos faster. But ultimately, you should use quick cast, and then you can bind quick cast with indicator to the shift keys. This is so you can get into the habit of using your abilities quickly. However, if you want to see the indicator, if you shift cast the ability, you still can see it. Another very important setting you need to change is your auto attack. By default, if your character is ever standing still, it will just attack. In the game menu, under the gameplay tab, you can turn this off. Automatically attacking whenever you stand still is just trolling yourself. You'll be messing up your minion waves, attacking when you don't want to, and you just have less control over your character. Turn this off so you can choose what you do. The next very important setting is your auto attack move. In the Hotkeys tab, under player movement, you can bind player attack move click to a button. And as you can see, I've got mine on A. This means while you're moving around the map, if you press A, you attack move instead. This will cause you to attack the closest target to you without actually having to move your mouse over them. And you can combine this with the attack move on cursor option under the game tab, where now, instead of precisely clicking on your opponent, you now attack the thing closest to your attack click. And as you see, my Caitlyn can now choose to attack whichever target without having to click directly on them every time. There is also a setting at the bottom of the Hotkeys to bind your attack move to your left click. This is a great way to get into the habit. However, if you do ever click on your map, you'll also be inputting the attack move. Under the Hotkeys tab, you also have the option to target champions only. I've got this set to the side of my mouse, and you can see whenever it's activated, my cursor has a red dot in the middle. This means you can now only attack champions, which is very good if you're fighting an enemy in a minion wave or behind their tower. A quality of life setting is under the interface tab. You can display champion sound notification. This is where if someone uses something like a Scion ult or Briar ult, you get a notification at the side of your screen for additional clarity. Another setting to change is under interface, you can show your spell costs. This just shows your mana in the top right of each of your abilities, so you can see if you have enough mana to cast them all. In the interface tab, you can also toggle experience combat text on. This is a great way to see if you're in range of minions when they die, to make sure you're not missing out on any experience. Next, under interface, showing timestamps is a no-brainer. Allies will often ping useful information like enemies' flashes, and now you can see when they did it. Still in interface, you can also put a champion's name above their bar. Seeing someone summon a name they've chosen for themselves isn't helpful, but knowing exactly which champion they are is. And finally, at the top of the interface tab, you can change the size of your HUD and minimap. Your HUD ultimately doesn't need to be very big, but especially if you're bad at looking at your minimap, making this larger is a great choice for clarity.